probably been through this exact same situation. So you have an upcoming interview, you prepare for every single possible questions that might come up. And you spend so much time preparing for all the scripts and you're ready to talk about everything because you learn everything by heart, but eventually you're not still able to pass the interview. It's like something is still off. And honestly, a lot of people don't pass their interview not because of what they said, but because of how they said it. So what this all implies is that there are two channels that you're communicating on. And the first one is the literal channel of what you're saying, which is probably 99% of what you're paying attention to when you're preparing for an interview. And then there's this underneath perception, which is your cadence, your rhythm, your eye contact, your tone of voice, and how you respond to things. And these are the subcommunication, which is honestly gonna matter far more to the person that you're talking to in a conversation. So your resumes, how you tell your experiences, tell your stories, how you pitch yourselves, these are easy to fake. Your tone of voice, that's a little harder to fake. And your tone of voice when you're giving criticism, when you're being challenged, when you're giving shit, that's even harder to fake. So I have helped so many people to polish their interview answers and stories, and also I do it for myself. And preparing for a good enough script is actually not a very hard thing to do because most people know what works well. Like when you're telling your story, you use this STAR framework and all those other frameworks that's proven to work. But then when I see people doing it in mock interviews or even actual interviews, they work so bad. Like it's just ridiculous. So the scripts were so good, but the performance were so much off. Why? Because the delivery was all wrong. And many people spend most of their time trying to memorize this whole thing, like all their scripts, to a point where it's like they have an agenda. They're waiting for certain questions to pop up so then they can use a certain story, they can use this line, they can use this sentence. And to be completely honest and fair, it might work even better if they just go in an interview without any preparation, without any script, and just say whatever that comes to their head. Because they might come off as being unstructured, being a little unprepared, but at the very least, they wouldn't be perceived as trying to be something that they're not, like having an agenda. It's like I'm talking to someone and I'm saying all those perfectly rehearsed stories, like all those bold and confident lines, but my subcommunication is saying something otherwise. It's like my voice and my body is saying that I'm nervous, I don't believe I deserve to be here, but I still hope this script works because I spent so much time trying to memorize it. So the real problem is not your answers, it's your signals, which is a lot of your subcommunication. And why do subcommunication matter? Because first, it's unintentional, which means it's an honest signal. And second, it's more likely to be negative, especially in an interview. Sorry, it sucks, but it is. And lastly, it's really difficult to change or manipulate. So how many people have really tried to pay attention or change their subcommunication? Not many, right? Because it's so hard, which is a very sad truth in that whole process. Because all those easy and quick things to do, like some easy fix you can do overnight, are really just dishonest signals. And you actually have to be confident and have these sort of entitlement in some way in order to give out these honest signals. And what's more interesting is the response coming from the counterparty, which are also unconscious. And I remember talking to a lot of these hiring managers or people that have hiring experience in general. I remember a lot of times I was asking them, hey, why would you hire this particular person this time? Or just like in general, why would you like or not like someone? And sometimes they know. It's like they can articulate very explicitly. They can point out this 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, here's the thing that's missing from this person. They don't have this particular experience or whatever. But a lot of other times, they can't really explain this logically. It's like their vibe is a little off, or this person is perceived as faking something, or just something is off there. I don't know what it is. And then they might say some little traits that may or may not be the case, but that's what they rationalize on a logical level, which is not necessarily the result of a conscious action. And honestly, I'm sure this is not the first time you heard about this idea of subcommunication, but I think watching this again can help you internalize this better in your next interview prepping. Like really paying attention to the signals that you're sending when you're talking to someone. And maybe that's the exact thing that cuts you stuck. So that's the end of this video. I hope you like it. Hope that's helpful. And if you like some similar content in the future, make sure you like this video and follow me for more. Also, let me know if you have any thoughts or questions in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next.